Well, Waterford GAA teams returned to non-contact training on Wednesday after 3 months of inactivity. Well, I paid a visit to Ardmore and Kilrossanty during the week to see how clubs are adjusting to the COVID-19 measures. Shortly we'll hear from Kilrossanty Secretary Jason Dee, but on Wednesday I caught up with Ardmore Chairman Nicky Keating and asked him firstly for his thoughts on reopening the club gates.
Tomas, look, it's good for the community. Look, it's great to have it open, but we're all cautious of still what's happening in relation to COVID. But it's good to have it open. We just have to observe and be cautious and play by the COVID rules. So yeah, tonight now we're back. Our seniors are back tonight training, and you look around and the signage is up and the sanitizers and it's all there, so we abide by the rules, and so we just hope that and pray that this thing will just move on. Can
you explain what kind of work has gone in at club committee level, Nicky, to get ready for this reopening?
Well, first of all, we're blessed to have a wonderful secretary, Nora Fitzgerald. Like the detail and the documentation and the administration behind and regulations behind this whole COVID and preparing to go back to the field, and getting signage up and having Zoom meetings with the committee and people that are not used to going online for meetings, and that was a bit of a challenge. But it's just preparing and just getting all the documentation done, getting players to sign up to the various certs that have to be done. Challenging, but look, we're good. It's nice to be back. I think we kind of need to get back to touch and feel to see what's happening, while observing all of the rules and regulations. Challenging. As I said, secretary and our committee have been great. A lot happening around here in keeping the field maintained and essential maintenance. Let's see what happens tonight. Yeah.
Okay, can you walk us through what the new normal is going to look like, Nicky, in terms of club training here in Ardmore?
If you look around again, Tomas, there's a lot happening here in the past 12 months. Behind us we have our AstroTurf. That's in conjunction with St. Declan's Community Group and the Ardmore GAA Club, and the connection is there. So, we're down the field. We are down to one single field on the AstroTurf. That in itself is going to be a challenge. We have lots happening. We have juveniles, we have camogie, we have ladies football, we have the athletic club using the grounds here. So it's going to be a challenge in relation to bookings and observing all of these rules. So tonight our seniors have this field booked. They're the only team on the field tonight. The signage have to follow the regulations, and so it's going to be a challenge in relation to field bookings, and our booking manager Aidan O'Donnell is going to have some challenge. Now, we've done an online booking system as well because of Astra and various parts of the field that we can rent out, all in line with COVID and observing the social distancing.
Has there been any concern expressed by players in terms of coming back training, Nicky, in terms of COVID-19?
I've only heard a few tweaks of concern, and rightly so. Everybody's a concern. Myself, even, I would say, reservations on how it's going to develop. I have reservations on how the fixtures are going to develop. I have reservations about lads giving massive commitment from here on in. Playing games in September, possibly October. Family life. All of those things I have reservations. And of course, COVID is still around there. It's you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it. And nobody knows where it is. And there are some of the reasons why we also came together with our juvenile committee to discuss the whole cool camps. And like Ardmore, it is what it is. It's a tourist area. It's going to be jam-packed from the 29th, I believe. And you look around at the weather, and we're just cautious of those things. So I have reservations. Some have reservations, but I think probably the majority are looking forward to going back and see what's going to pan out.
Is it a particular concern for a seaside village like Ardmore? Like on Monday, the travel restrictions will be lifted. You'll have tourists coming in. Is that a bit of a worry for yourselves?
It is, and it's one of the main concerns we discussed while making the decision on the cool camps. It is a tourist resort. You look around the village, and to try and for a young man to come in here and from the club to try and buy property is a challenge on its own. It's a massive tourist resort. It brings people in, parents, grandparents. They come to the field. They come from distances. So we're playing it very cautious, and we've decided that we would not do the cold camp this year. unfortunately.
That must have been a difficult decision for the club to make, Nicky.
Oh, it was. It took a couple of calls and a couple of Zoom calls and messages here and there. But people expressed their concern and people wanted to go ahead and people did not. And parents had concerns, and rightly so, because there's parents out there with different, I'll say, carrying different illnesses, whatever, and you have to play cautious. And so tonight with the seniors back, and then from Monday on, we'll look at it again and see what happens with the juveniles and how they will. But it's going to be a challenge. It's not something we've seen or touched before, and it's from a chairman and secretary and our committee viewpoint. There might be no games, but it's been heavy going for the last couple of weeks to try and get the things right and in place.
Yes, it's going to be a great resource for the community, Nicky. And just looking out here in Ardmore, I mean, we're looking out on the sea. It must be the most picturesque GAA ground in Waterford. Can you paint the scene here for our listeners?
Well, okay, there's a blue sky. We're sitting out here on the chairs that are the seating that's sponsored by the great Mossy Hallen and his family, Lord of Mercy. And we're looking towards the sea, blue sky. We've done a lot of work. Our dugouts across the way, they've been done up in the past weeks as well under essential maintenance, a bit of painting. Our maintenance guys keeping the grass down, and our fantastic O'Donnell family come in here and they just, with their mowers, and attack the grass and, something to place like a carpet, and it is like a carpet at the moment. And it's looking, it's a beautiful evening, but come back here in November and October and sit here with our shorts off.
We are blue and white. We are WLR.
So I'm here in the Kilrossanty GAA grounds on Thursday evening. It's 22 degrees outside, sweltering hot. I'm here with Club Secretary Jason Dee. And Jason, what's it like to have the GAA grounds back open again this week?
Yeah, it's great, Tomas. So it is, the last few months have been difficult, really. I think especially for a rural area like here, Kilrossanty, Lemmy Bryan, it's the heart of the community, really, and so when it hasn't been open, it's been, the social aspect of the GAA has been difficult for, members not coming to the field, and seeing their friends and their buddies and stuff like that. So it's been difficult, but it's great now to be open last night, it's really, the buzz is starting to get there going again, and we're looking forward to the next few weeks and the next few months, hopefully, so it's good to be open again, Tomas.
Have the adult teams been back in training this week, Jason?
They're going Friday night, Tomas. They're back Friday night, so they are, they can't wait to get going, so they can't. I think one or two might have been doing their own bits, bits to try and keep a bit fit, but they're back now full strength tomorrow night, so all looking forward to, ready to go, can't wait, really. What
work have we done over the last couple of weeks to comply with the new COVID measures?
Well, as you can see, that we've all the signs up, so we have Tomas there, the 2 metre distance signs and all this, they're all around the field, so they are. And all the players have done the e-learning modules, so they have. I hope they have anyway. I think they're supposed to have it done. No, I think they have, in fairness, they've it all done, and they've all filled in the questionnaire, so they have, like I said, we've done our bit here in the club, and it's up to them now just to do their bit as well. They're all adults now, Tomas, so they should be able to do their bit as well, so we're ready to go now tomorrow night, so we are, so full steam ahead. And not only are you club secretary, Jason, you're also the new COVID supervisor. What will your duties be now when training resumes here? Yeah, well, my duties, Tomas, just making sure everything is, all the equipment is all properly cleaned, and before training, and that it's all after training as well. It's properly cleaned, and to make sure they all have their health questionnaires filled out. They're doing that online, so they are, and they're all, they're sanitizing their hands before training and stuff like that, and things like that. Just keep them on and check that everything is going well, sort of. So there's a lot involved, Tomas. So there is, in fairness. But when you start doing it, then just do one thing at a time. It all comes together. So it does. So, but hopefully it'll all work well now tomorrow night when we're back. Should be straight. Hopefully it'll be straightforward anyway. The first night could be a few teething problems, but I don't think there should be. And from after that, then it should be. Hopefully, it'll go smoothly. So it will. And there's been a lot of development work going on here, Jason, in recent times. You have a new entrance, you have new AstroTurf pitch, you have a second playing field as well. Can you tell us about the construction work that's been going on here lately? Yeah, well, we have the new entrance up there. Tomas, you see, it's gone up there now, so it is, and the new wall there, so it is. There's a good development committee there now, so there is, and we have a second full pitch there, so we have, which is all, it's full size, so it is, the goals, the nets there. We have a small under 12 pitch there as well. We have the AstroTurf, that's all ready, so it is as well. And there's bits and pieces going on around the place, but it's all coming together. A lot of hard work is involved in it, but as I say, there is a good development committee there that's working hard. They'll be here weekends and things like that, doing stuff. So like, so it's coming together. So yeah, we're happy with it.
Has the COVID break given you a chance to press on with these projects?
Yeah, it has. But I mean, finance. Then with the COVID as well. Tomas, ourselves and most clubs, I'd say. I mean, our lotto is our bread and butter, such as our fundraiser for the year. And when that wasn't going on, like every week, so finance, of course, was going to be down. So that did sort of put a hole in it, But we've been getting grants for the sports capital grants like that, so they've helped a lot. But still, hopefully next week now we're back up at our club lotto. So, but yeah, I think finance has been, well, as I say, for all clubs, but hopefully now it'll be back up and running next week and things will start going again, moving.
The Conway Cup hasn't been back here since 1989. I saw an old clip up online. A lot of clubs are looking back on the nostalgia, the reeling in the years over the last couple of weeks. Jason, would that be the perfect way to end 2020 to bring the cup back here to Kilrossanty?
Yeah, 1989, 31 years ago, Tomas, which is a long time for us. We won it 5 times there in the 80s. I think we've been to 4 finals since. We lost the 4 finals. We lost there 2 years ago to the Nurse, so we did, and we've lost 3 others since 89. So. Yeah, we can't. That's our main aim every year too, win the Conway Cup in Kilrossanty. So yes, it would be the aim again this year. We have a lot of young lads coming through minor the last few years. Good young lads, old experienced lads as well. So we have a good old mixture this year. So hopefully everything will go right. We've Declan Brown in this year as well. And so hopefully freshen it up a bit again. So hopefully at the end of the year that would be the aim. Yeah, to win the Conway Cup.